and acceptance and relationships, and it's a big family, and we eat together, we fellowship together, we do everything together. It'd even be good from time to time to hang out together outside of the house. You hear what I'm saying? It'd be even good to go hang out in the park together, go have a picnic. In the church, we're not going to have any more corporate picnics. Corporate picnics are a thing of the past. From here on out, it's house church picnics. House church cookouts. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So y'all come together, y'all decide where we going. Well, we're going to go over here. It won't be that big of a deal, that big of a problem, because it won't have to be a room for 300 or 400 people. It'll just be room for 20 or 30 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 11. And have a cookout. You know what I mean? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? But everything you do, sometimes you do things together. Now remember, Galatians said it's neither male nor female. So that means there's no divisive distinction. But sometimes there are things that sisters need to be corrected by another sister, by a female shepherd, not a male shepherd. It's some things that sisters do that I'm not the one that need to correct them. My wife is the one that need to correct them. It's some things, y'all done already read into that, isn't it? There's some things that Elder Murphy don't need to say. He don't need to deal with. And there's some things, Elder Mo, he don't even need to know. Can I get a witness? Some things he don't even need to know about. Like it might be a sister to tell you, Elder Moselle, I'm struggling with this. And you judge the matter, and you might need to go get your assistant, or you may need to go get Elder Joanne, who is an overseer of another house church, to help you deal with the sister in your house church. See, y'all can cross-pollinate. You hear what I'm saying? You can cross-pollinate. If you know she's strong, and if you know, y'all, man, ain't hardly nobody in here that ain't strong in deliverance. So you know that most of it that the sister going through, you know she gonna need some deliverance. You're gonna have to talk to her, you're gonna have to counsel with her, you're gonna have to cast the devil out of her, then you're gonna have to help her to learn how to stay clean. Am I lying? Because if you cast the devil out and don't teach her, don't be renting them bad movies no more. That ain't mean you cast the devil out of it. She gonna keep going to get them same DVDs. You know what I mean? You know, because she gonna come back next week, and you're gonna have to sweat a little bit to get that devil out next week. It's gonna be 7 more, right? Because she gonna keep getting that same DVD, and next thing you know, she watching the DVD at 12 midnight and then wonder why she got a spirit of lust. That's a given. Why you folks on TV have sex? And then wonder why you can't be celibate. Come on, somebody. Just stop, cut it off. What did Jesus say? If your right hand offend you, cut it off. Cut the TV off. Look at it. Rated R. What is it rated R for? Blood, gore, graphic sex. No, the blood and gore ought to be enough. But some of y'all, that ain't enough. Y'all see the blood and gore. Oh, I'm going to get that movie. And then the graphic sex. Put it back. Put it down. Put it down. You can't handle that. Even married men and women don't need to be watching that. But if you're single, you know you ain't got no business watching no graphic sex. And everything ain't a demon. Some of it ain't even a demon. Some of it is just the flesh. And guess what? Some of it is just the body. Your eyes see that thing. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Then you getting stuff all worked up and all started up, and you ain't got no husband. Come here, boy. You ain't got nobody to grab. Come here, girl. What you want? Come here and see. See, let me leave it alone. Okay. The New Testament, see. The New Testament house church has always had pastoral oversight. But listen to this. The pastoral overseers always had apostolic oversight. See, that's what keeps a house church from going off the wall. The house church has to have biblical, ordained pastoral oversight. You got to be accountable. You can't be just out there by yourself, detached. Thank you. The word renegade is a good word. You can't be a renegade house church. If you're a renegade house church, you're really not a church at all. You know, such thing as a renegade church. That's an oxymoron. That's a contradiction in terms. There's no such thing as a renegade house church. When you become renegade, that's when you become a cult. As long as you're not renegade, can't nobody call you a cult. In fact, you got more on the ball than most traditional churches because you're more scriptural. Okay. Have you found, what did I say? Colossians 4:15. One verse. Greet the brethren. We're out of time too. Greet the brethren who are in Laodicea and Nymphos and the church that is in his house. And the church that is in his house. Now you know what the Greek says? The Greek literally says, greet the brethren who are in Laodicea and Nympha and the church that is in her house. That's what the literal Greek says. If you get the Spirit-filled, the new Spirit-filled life, New King James Bible, it'll correct it for you. Greet the brethren who are in Laodicea and Nympha. So who was Nympha? Nympha was the pastoral overseer. Nympha was a female pastoral overseer over a church that was in her house. And they made it into a man. The translators made it. That's all right. The translators made it into a man. And the literal Greek says Nympha. Nympha. Not Nymphus, but Nympha. Research it for yourself. That's cold-blooded, isn't it? Nympha became what is that? Nympha became Nymphus. That's sexism. That's sexism. That's like knocking off the noses of the Egyptian pharaohs or the Sphinx. That's the same thing. Knocking off the noses so you won't know they were Nubian. So you won't know that for 100 years they were black folk. I don't mean brown folk. I mean black folk. Ebony folk. Carbon 12. Get my drift. I'm talking about they was black. They was beautiful. I mean, they was some beautiful brothers. I'm telling you, don't let nobody fool you. They was some handsome brothers. But they was black. They was dark skinned. For 100 years, the pharaohs in Egypt were black. They were Nubian. They were Cushites. And even the Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians that are light brown, and along with white explorers, knocked their wide noses, knocked the noses off of the sphinxes, because the sphinxes were built in honor of the kings, the pharaohs. So they knocked their noses off so people wouldn't know that their daddies was Negroes. Philemon 1 and 2. Real quick, and then we got to stop. Philemon is hard to find, and I have a bookmarker and it fell out. Philemon is in the back of the Bible. Okay, it's on the screen. Philemon 1 and 2. No chapters in Philemon. So, okay, let's just read it. Philemon says, y'all, you just look at the screen. Save some time. Philemon. Paul, a prisoner of Christ Jesus, and Timothy, our brother, to Philemon, our beloved friend and fellow laborer, to the beloved, how do you pronounce that? Apphia. I don't know if it's pronounced with a P or F. Apphia, Archippus, our fellow soldier, and to the church in your house. And one of them is a woman and one is a man. One is a woman and one is a man. So what do you see in closing? You see, that's how many scriptures that I gave you. Y'all count them. How many is that? 6? 6 scriptures that I gave you as proof texts for the church of Jesus Christ meeting in houses. Now think about it. In one case, it was a woman by herself. Nymphia. A nympha. Was it nympha? Nympha. A woman by herself was a bishop over that house church. Simply means overseer, pastor overseer. In about 3 cases or 4 cases, it was a husband and wife team. And then I think it was one case where it was a man. You know, very few cases was it a man by himself.